Now, one of the simplest but most effective ways of sharing electronic information so that all of you in the group can collaborate on one document is to create and to share a Google document. Now, this only has one drawback in that one person in the group has to have a Google account. But as long as one person has got that, they can then create the document, change the permissions to the people that they want to edit the document, and then send out the link to the document. So I'm going to show you how this is done in a very quick video. As you can see from the screen, I'm already on Google. So I'm going to sign in with my Google account. Now I'm going to be the manager of the group. So it's my job to send out the link to the Google document to the other people in my group. So I click on sign in. I've got a couple of accounts. So I'm going to use the transform one. I'll put in my password like this. Now only one person in the group needs to do this. So the next thing I need to do is I need to get to my documents, and I click on this funny looking apps icon and click on Drive, and this is how I get to my documents. At the minute I've got no documents here because I've made this account up, so I'm going to create one, and I could share a number of different documents with my group, but the best one for me is document, which is a bit like a Word document, which will allow me to share a document where people can write, can add images and add links. So I click on document to make my document. I'm going to give it a name. So I'm just going to say shared transform project like that and click OK. So my document now has a title, and Google, because you are working online, automatically updates and saves any changes that you make. So you don't have to worry about saving it. So what I now need to do is I now need to share this document and send the link to people with the right permissions. And you can see from the top right corner, there's the link to share. So when I click on it, it'll tell me something about the permissions in this document. At the moment, it's private and only I, as the owner, have access to that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that, and I'm going to allow anyone with the link, oops, I left that on there for too long, anyone with the link to have access. And then the access that they're going to allow, instead of just viewing the document, I want them to contribute to the document. I want them to actually add to it. So I want them to be able to edit the document. And that means that they have pretty much the same permissions as me. The only thing I can do is I can actually change who shares this document because I own it. Once I've done that, I press save. So I've now changed the permissions to the document. What I now need to do is I need to send the link to the document to those people, and this is the link here that you're going to send. So if I click on it and copy it, and I can press done, I'm now going to go to my email, and then I'm going to send an email. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to send an email to myself just so you can see what it looks like. Click on here, click on the link. So in fact, I might just send one to Miss Kirk, see if Miss Kirk is going to get this. Please open the link and add to the document. So let me go and paste the link in. I forgot to do that. There it is. I'll right click and copy. Gosh, sometimes my copying doesn't work. Let's try clicking off. Copy that way. There we go. So I'm going to press send, and I'm going to press done. And do you see I've got an email here which says shared project. It's been sent to me. There's the email I've got. If I click on the link, I should now be taken to the shared document. In fact, I am. And actually, because I set the document up, I've actually gone in as transform because the document's already open. So if I start writing like this, I can write a title, I can highlight it, I can change the format to make it bold, I can go and change the font if I want to, and the size, and all the sorts of things you can normally do in a Word document. I can also insert images. I can insert images from my own laptop. There we go. That's one from a project we did earlier. Taking a little bit of time. Come on, there we go. Oh, and actually I think that's Miss Kirk, who is on as an anonymous hippo, which is a bit strange. So actually, because you sent the link out, and because we're sending the link out to people who don't have Gmail accounts, it will come in as anonymous. So hopefully this is Miss Kirk. Let me just go and check. So I've written that message. Now what I can also do, show you how to add comments. So can you see that I'm making changes to this document as Miss Kirk is? Yes, this is moi. I will just change this because maybe she hasn't. Now she can see all the changes that I am making. Is she going to respond to it? Maybe she's writing something below. Oh, look at this. I worked out how to add comments last one, but you couldn't see them. So she's written a comment on here, and see how it's highlighted. So if I then highlight this, like this, and if I go up to comments, if I reply, and can you see that there's a selected comments here? So Miss Kirk has now got into chat mode. So I'm going to put that little funny thing there. I'm not quite sure how to do this. If I press enter, there we go. So I'm just going to sound off by saying that's probably enough for the live recording. Press enter. So those are the ways, I think we probably explained quite a bit of detail. Let me just close this, on how to share your document, how to add in different features, how to put in comments, and how to add in some chat features which are there. You can save this document if you wish to, rename it, make a copy of it. You can even download it into different file types if you want. I wouldn't probably publish to the web, but you can if you wish to. If I click on publish to the web and press start publishing and click OK, you can actually get the embed code, which means of course that you can paste this straight into a Mahara page. Just please make sure that when you're publishing that you haven't got any information on here that gives too much personal information away about you. I'm sure you don't really need to actually publish this for this particular project. But there we go. I hope that's helped, and that's us done.